reading out of Malachi 4 and verse 1, and it reads, "For behold, the day come that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power for Israel, Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Roha Rukakudash. Double honor to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles, and the community, waking up the lost sheep, the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness, sincerity. Again, I'm going to say shalom. Let's bring out a short article, few precepts, and we in the video. Yo, check it. We're reading out of we're coming out of End Time Headline. This came up in the morning. It was yesterday. It's Monday morning now, about 12:08 a.m. Eastern time. But this came up yesterday, and it reads, it says, Russia's foreign minister just said the United States is directly at war with Russia as White House continues to pledge weapons to Ukraine. I'm going to read that again. It says, Russia's foreign minister just said the United States is directly at war with Russia as White House continues to pledge weapons to Ukraine. Okay, let's just jump into it. It's short. It says, according to the Russian officials, the United States continued support of Ukraine puts the country directly at war with Moscow. Okay, you can call this whatever you want to call this, but they are directly at war with us. We can call this a hybrid war, but that doesn't change the reality. CNN reported. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Saturday after being asked by a journalist when the United States will be considered to be directly involved in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, as opposed to engaging in a proxy war. Okay, and the foreign minister of Russia is correct. Okay, that's why I did a recent video going into that destruction, and America's going to be destroyed utterly. Okay, by that Sarmat. Okay, because the elites, they will not stop until the judgment pan out. Let me close out this article. Okay, he added, they are effectively engaged in hostilities with us, using the Ukrainians as a fodder. Okay, representatives for the United States, Departments of Defense, Ukraine's Ministry of Defense, and the government of the Russian Federation did not immediately respond to the request for a comment from inside of them. Okay, last paragraphs, my last three. It says the United States has pledged over $100 billion in aid packaging to Ukraine since Russia's full-scale invasion began last year, including more than 43.8 billion in security packages, including equipment such as houses, artillery, Stinger, anti-aircraft systems, and Abrams tanks. Okay, and it's not a secret, no sidebar, just for a little bit. A lot of those weapons that was given to Ukraine from America, the Brit, and those allies that was helping them at the time, that was nothing but arms trade. That was nothing but a black market arms trade and weapons trading on United States taxpayers' dollars. Reports have it some of these weapons are in Africa. They're in Latin America and even Mexico. So this whole thing is BS on taxpayers' dollars, because when you go into the heat of that war, not the Russians, okay, the Ukrainians have lost over 500,000 troops. Okay. And this thing's serious because that Sarmat, okay, they're not gonna bomb themselves with a nuclear bomb. Ukraine's just too close. So that narrative that the West push, it don't make sense. But as I've said, and I'm gonna continue to say, that Sarmat that's out there is to destroy America. Let's close out this this article, my last two paragraphs. It reads, earlier this month, the Biden administration announced an additional $600 million aid package to be sent to Ukraine from lines including resupply, wow, this is madness, of HIMARS ammunition, and for the first time depleted Ukrainian tank rounds inside of previously reported. Okay, and this is all on the backs of taxpayers' dollars. Okay, and for all you Trumpers out there, he's not going to stop it. That's if we even get to it. So I'm praying the deliverance play out. This is where your tax dollars going, to a hopeless battle with Ukraine and Russia, and Ukraine's they're on the losing end of this conflict. That's plain. Let's close this out. It says, while the United States continues to support for Ukraine has faced political backlash, mainly from Republican members of Congress, the White House redoubled its efforts to support Ukraine earlier this month by ordering increased production for crucial artillery as Ukrainian troops struggle to keep with Russia's war machine. Yeah, because they're out of troops. Okay. That is the end of that article, and it's a shame to see this is the direction of America. I mean, it's prophetic. And for these simple-minded Israelites that believe voting Republican and Democrat is the way to salvation, you're going to be confounded when that missile come down, or the missiles come down. Because ultimately, that's the stage being set right now. Okay, there's no salvation for the United States. Some precepts, we learned it. And there you have it, okay? Let's try Jeremiah chapter, let's see. We're going to start with the old classic in 50. And 9, Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9, and it reads this. It says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And that's just the fate of this country. The elite families, this is their plan for America and its citizens. Okay? They want a nuclear war so they can rebuild the whole thing. But they're ignorant to Yahweh Shai and the host of heaven coming in the midst of this destruction. That's the part they're ignorant to. And 2 parts Hebrew Israelites, they're ignorant to it. Okay? But this thing is Salakia. It's much closer than we could comprehend. And I'm going to continue to say this. That Sarmat, it's not there for display. Okay? And ultimately, the judgment is going to manifest. Something's going to trigger this judgment to play out. So I don't see no future for the United States. Okay? What future? That it's going to get burnt away? in a gross judgment. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse, let's jump down to let's read verse 13. It reads, because of the wrath of the Lord it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Okay, and we're seeing the destruction. We already seen the plagues destroy this earth. Okay, America can print however much money, fiat currency they want, or CDBC, the digital currency. That won't stop this judgment day. Okay. And remember, America is really in a state of panic. Had a UN summit, right? You had a UN summit that ended recently in New York City with just a few UN members, because the rest of the world is with the BRICS nations. And that's set up to overthrow this dollar. Okay. So the world's they're turning on America. China is leading the way with the currency. So America's not going to beat Russia and China at the same time. So America's in that panic position, and they're going to choke. It'll be some type of false flag condition that's going to trigger this great judgment. Okay. That's why it's urgent to keep these commandments. Brothers atoning, coming off atonement. Okay. Keep the Most High's laws. Because this thing got to give in at some point. I'm going to say it again. The only judgment left for America is that destruction. And the Most High going to burn this place away in his wrath. Let's read that again. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse, we're going to read 14. It reads, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord. And even in the midst of this buildup, America continues to be a wicked beast. Okay. And if you guys recall, didn't Russia tell America not to get involved with this thing? Or if they felt threatened, they would use that Sarmat, which is deployed. And they just keep pounding, they keep poking the bear. And they're going to poke it until that destruction play out. And this isn't something that's a couple of years from now. This is current. So it's foolish to think America's going to get out of this. And it's time, the times are showing that, the clock is thin. Okay? Let's see if there's any more. See if there's any more before I end this video. I didn't have too much today. Let's get the classic in Matthews real quick. Let's get the classic in Matthews. Matthews. Give me a second. Yeah, it's just something to pay close attention to. This war buildup, you can't sleep on it, Israel. You have to pay attention to these warning signs as this thing gets closer. Okay. Let's get the classic. I want Matthew 24 and verse 7. Gotta go back to the old classic. We're going to do here. Matthew 24:7. It reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows." Okay. We're going to go up to verse 6. It reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet." Because the judgment didn't play out yet. Okay. We're going to jump all the way down to verse... We're going to go all the way to verse 36. Wind it down. It says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, nor not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage until the day Noah entered into the ark." Okay? Because they were partying. No one cared about the message. You can read those accounts in Genesis 6. Okay, this account in Matthew 24. And there's the Peter's accounts. How they were mocking Noah and his family while they were warning them. Like they mocked the camps. Okay? Like how they mocked us that give exhortation. They tell us we're crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. But meanwhile, I mean, to the point that Sarmat is out there. And it's not for Ukraine. It's to destroy the United States and its allies. Okay? It's like the Most High, he put a spirit in Pharaoh to pursue Israel after he let him go. Okay? When you read Exodus 14, read all Exodus 14. See what the Most High did Pharaoh when his time was up. America's about to get the same judgment. Okay? The wicked's going to be destroyed, and the elect, the 144,000 and the remnant body, is going to be delivered. That's what's coming. And I believe it's much sooner than we could comprehend. Okay? See if there's any more. Matthew 24 and 39, it reads, "And knew not until the flood came and took them all away," that's going into judgment, "so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." Now read that from the top. "And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Israel, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness and sincerity. Israel, I love y'all. We got next. Shalom.